Luckily, I was able to get another week off from work, and I was excited to get back to work on the boat, finish the projects, and get the boat put in the water. Unfortunately, that's not what was going to happen. So I patched up a bunch of the holes where I'm not done working yet with just plastic and tape, and it was just temporary until, well, now when I get back here again. But of course, the problem with temporary things is when they're less temporary than you plan for. And this piece of plastic, I don't know when, but it came loose of the tape. Everything else looks like it stayed. Looking below, I don't see evidence of water. Like you would think this cardboard would show water stains on it. So maybe I got lucky and it didn't rain since that has come loose. There's only a little bit of water on the bilge, so if it did rain, not much came in. So I'm going to count my blessings. My job now is to set this boat up so I can sleep in the V-berth and then work on it the rest of the time. There. I moved some stuff out of here and I scrunched the rest of it onto the port side and brought in a cushion, and now I have half a bed. So a brief rant. I really don't like it when vendors do this. This is a molded on connector. This is for my 2D sonar, forward scan sonar. And it's molded on this connector at this end. And as you can see, there's my hand for scale. It's a pretty big connector. I know it's not that big for most people, but when you look at a boat, tiny little holes like that, you have to fit it through. It doesn't fit through a lot of spaces. And it's also molded in way up there in the front where the sonar unit actually is. It's also molded in there, so there's no way to run the wire and then put the connector on the end. And as a result, because it won't fit through the holes in the deck, or this is the deck's cockpit floor, I have to cut this cable and then resplice it in the middle somewhere after pulling it through there. So I'm splitting this open, and of course the first thing we find is that it's foil shielded, which doesn't surprise me because it's high capacity data cable. But that means I have to make sure to connect the shielding somehow, which is a little frustrating because you can't just use a heat shrink butt connector for that. So I don't know if the camera will get this detail, but there's 3 shielded pair, 2 additional untwisted, unshielded wires, although there was a shield over the whole thing too, and then a shield wire, a bare shield wire running down there. So I've got 9 wires to connect, which is a lot. And yeah, this is going to be a pain in the ass. So what I've done so far is peel back the outer insulation and the outer shielding, because there's 2 layers of shielding, to exactly the length of this piece of heat shrink tubing, plus a little bit of overlap on the ends. That way, once I've got all the butt splices in there, I can put this heat shrink tubing over it and heat shrink the whole thing. So hopefully I'll get a good connection, and I'll be able to keep the twist enough that I won't have signal problems. I'm really worried about this working out. Like I said, I really wish they wouldn't do this with their cables. So the good news is I've got clearly distinct colors. Every wire is a different color, so I don't have to worry about labeling any of these. It'll be easy to match them back up when it's time to rejoin this. The bad news is I've actually got 10 wires. The shield / grounds, whatever, bare wire is not, it doesn't have a pin out. It may just connect at the case or something, like something at the, anyway, this is just a nightmare, but hopefully it'll be okay.